It's 1958. World War II has been over for a decade. America finds itself in the middle of a Cold War. Nuclear weapons are plentiful on both sides. There is a race in the American military-industrial complex, not just for bigger nuclear weapons, but smaller, more mobile weapons. In 1957, the Atomic Energy Commission declared it had created a small fusion warhead that could be deployed for frontline use for infantrymen. In 1961, the M29 Davy Crockett entered into service. This tactical, recoilless round could be deployed on a battlefield with limited personnel. Higher-ups in the Pentagon soon realized this opened doors for more covert, as was stated at the time, limited nuclear warfare. In 1962, the military, along with Sandia Labs in New Mexico, unveiled the SDAM, or Special Atomic Demolition Munition. Weighing just over 58 pounds, the implosion device contained plutonium-239 and had a yield of 1 kiloton, while some insiders claimed it to have a yield up to 6 kilotons. The same year, the United States military formed Greenlight teams, made up from elite soldiers of the U.S. Army Special Forces, Navy SEALs, and Recon Marines. These elite soldiers would go behind enemy lines, covertly hide nuclear weapons, set the timer, and hope to get out of harm's way. They would deploy by air, sea, and land, even training to deploy on skis if need be. They would target dams, rail hubs, and troops. Teams consisted of 2 men at a minimum. The arming code was broken in half, so no one man could arm the device. Team members worked and trained out of a nondescript building at Fort Bragg in an area known as Smoke Bomb Hill. While the military would never admit it would send soldiers on a suicide mission, when looking at the history of Greenlight teams, it's hard to see their service in any other light. Team members frequently reported you never could know exactly when a timer would go off, sometimes 8 minutes early or 13 minutes late. Early models used a mechanical detonation line strung with 330 feet of cable, requiring at least one team member to stay behind to detonate the device. Former Greenlight member Louis Frank Napoli was quoted as saying, "We were kamikaze pilots without wings." Team members wore fatigues without any military insignia. Team members were given foreign language training and taught to blend in to their country of operation. If possible, they would bury the device. If that was not an option, they would disguise the device to look like normal domestic items, like trash cans, mailboxes, and empty beer kegs, adding to the seriousness of their duty. Many team members were not given extraction plans. Basically, after the device goes off, if you were not killed, it was nothing more than good luck. While Greenlight teams never deployed their weapons, real-world training was at a constant effort. On one occasion, in the early 1960s, team members were told they were on a real-world mission and given what they thought was a live device. They were told they were to attack a dam somewhere in inland Cuba, jumping from a plane at night, only to be told at the extraction point that what they had actually jumped into was New Mexico. The United States had hidden hundreds of SDAMs in NATO arsenals, ready to be deployed by Greenlight teams into Warsaw Pact countries at a moment's notice. It wasn't until 1984 when foreign leaders heard rumors of the program. Many protested. Hit with backlash, senior Pentagon officials started to rein in the program. Modern warfare using massive stockpiles of ICBMs and sea-launched ballistic missiles made the Greenlight program obsolete. In 1988, the last of the SDAMs were removed from NATO arsenals. In 1989, the program was disbanded. Very few members were given medals for their service. It was, after all, a program that didn't exist, perhaps should never have existed in the first place. As the hair trigger of the Cold War eased, maybe the United States military came to their senses. Maybe they realized there is no such thing as a winnable, limited nuclear war.
For in the final analysis, our most basic common link is that we all inhabit this small planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's futures. And we are all mortal.